Hello everyone, let's take a look at our next problem. If cosine x squared is equal to 2 sine a, what are the intervals of values of a between 0 and pi so that this equation has a solution? Okay, so I think let's write out what we're given first. Cosine x squared. I don't know why they're writing it like that in the question. I'm going to write this in the usual, although sometimes confusing notation, is equal to 2 sine a. So I need what values of a allow this to have a solution for x. So cosine squared x is always positive, or non-negative at least. So we need certainly the right-hand side to be non-negative. But with a 2 here, okay, so let's rewrite this as cosine x is equal to root 2 sine a. I guess I'll put that under square root as well. Like we just want, this isn't a good way to write it. Let's write it, let's do it like this. Okay. So cosine squared x is always between 0 and 1. Sine a is always between -1 and 1. So the thing on the left-hand side, when it's written like this, is always between 0 and a half. It can take on any value between 0 and a half as x ranges over all the reals. So we need to find values of a such that the right-hand side is between 0 and a half. Okay, and we're given that a is between 0 and pi. Okay, if I draw a number line here from 0 to pi, in fact, instead of a number line, why don't I just plot the function sine of a as a function of a. We know that from 0 to pi, we get a standard sinusoid, something like that, where this is 1. So we want the values of a for which this is between 0 and a half. So it's pretty clear that we're looking for these intervals here. Okay, and if we find the first one, the one close to 0, then we'll be able to find the one on the right-hand side by some kind of symmetry arguments. So let's compute sine inverse of a half. I don't remember what this is off the top of my head. I'm going to draw a triangle, see if we can figure this out. So something like this, right? Where this is the angle A. Just make sure 1 plus 3 is 4, 2 squared is 4. Okay, yeah. What angle is that? Well, certainly less than pi over 4. Is it pi over 3? I think. No, not pi over 3. Geez, pi over 4, pi over 6. I think that's correct. What I'll do is I'll finish the rest of this question assuming that this is correct, and then I'll just very quickly verify by some other way that this is the correct value of a. Okay, so this endpoint here is pi over 6, which means that this endpoint is going to be pi minus pi over 6, so that's 5 pi over 6. So a has to be between 0 and pi over 6, or 5 pi over 6 to pi. That's supposed to be a union symbol. So if we have this, then cosine squared x is equal to 2 sine A has a real solution x. And this is the answer, assuming that I did this, solution correctly. So what I'll do now is I'll just try and verify by some other techniques that this is actually correct. And we'll see what happens. Right, so I've convinced myself that that sine pi over 6 is equal to a half. So yeah, I'm pretty confident now that that this is correct, and so that the two intervals I have here are the ones that give solutions to this equation. Check the description to see if I have any other thoughts or if I've found some silly mistakes. Otherwise, thanks for watching.